Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Is this really love or just a game? Tell it to my heart. I can make your body rock every time you call my name. Tell it to my heart. That's right. Coming out with my own cover album soon. Tell me I'm the only one. Oh, my balls. My balls. Man, my testicles. All right. We're getting a little too sussy, like a character from Among Us. So let's relax a little bit. All right. Wow, I almost threw up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy.
Whew. All right. So here's the thing. Ethan Klein has never really liked Boogie2988 anyway. I made a video going through Boogie's apology. Thank you so much for the sub, brother.
53 just
Among Us.
Subscribed for 3
Very
months.
nice.
Among Us.
I talked about the Boogie apology. I thought it was pretty bad, honestly. It was very much like a woe is me, victim complex type of a scenario. Wasn't a particular fan of it. You know, like I know everybody hates Ethan, and that's fine. I understand why people don't like him and all that, but that doesn't mean that every time he moves, we just disagree with Ethan. Like, you know, and honestly, I'm coming around on Ethan. I think he's actually not as bad of a guy. You know, he's a tough one. I don't think he's dishonest. There are things I disagree with him on. I think he's trying his best, though. I think he's trying his best in the landscape of the internet. So yeah. But apparently, one person was like, "You're Papa, you don't know shit." It's like, bro, I know that Boogie likes to play up his shit, bro. I know that he likes to play the victim. That's what I know after that shit. So I can see why Ethan might be tired of him. Just constantly seeing some fucking crazy shit, tagging him in all the time. Probably trying to get on the podcast in some capacity. You know? I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, let's see what this video has to say. Because maybe I'm wrong. But it's unlikely. Because I'm so smart.
What's happening, everybody? Long time. Haven't heard from you.
Oh, yeah, Tommy C. He seems like an interesting guy. He reached out to me during the Deaf Noodles thing and asked me to come on. The only reason I didn't do it was because I didn't want to, like, stoke the flames. I was still feeling out Deaf Noodles. I was like, okay, what's going on here? Right, I muted the alerts. What are we talking about? Oh, no notification to get in the stream. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, he invited me to come on and talk about Deaf Noodles. I decided not to. I didn't want to stoke the flames. I wanted to, like, you know, feel out the situation, give Deaf Noodles an opportunity to, you know, I think it was right after the conversation I had. So I took a breather, you know, let everything settle in, you know. So anyway.
Yeah. Kind of try to reinvigorate the channel. We'll see if you like it. Today I got drama. Big surprise. But on this Tommy C channel, I think I might cover something other than drama.
Okay.
But I couldn't let this one slide because I don't really see a ton of people talking about it. And this is not something I would cover on my podcast.
I talked about it.
I'm a bit tired of Ethan. A little bit tired of Ethan.
Okay.
Like it's pretty much the same circle with him. It's not fun anymore. And it's just back and forth with Keemstar. I know that's for me that's the pot calling the kettle black, but it doesn't mean it's any more entertaining. Okay. It's not entertaining me. But this is different because it's about Boogie2988 326 54321.
Mm-hmm. True.
Whatever he calls himself. Do I have the right number? 2988? Maybe. And Ethan was kind of irritated with him. I can't say I wouldn't be either. But I don't know if I'd want this mask off.
I would have. Listen, bro, normalize going mask off. Seriously, bro. Sometimes it's just like, listen, I don't think that it's a good thing to intentionally go mask off when it's like in dishonest way. I think it's so stupid when people put on this performance of like, I'm gonna take you down. You know what I mean? They get this like really like Deaf Noodles, where it's like a very performative interaction. But when you have like a genuine feeling, I don't like do it. Do your thing, man. Like I think as long as you restrain yourself reasonably, you know, and you could justify that feeling. Like sometimes it's okay to be pissed off and frustrated, as long as you're. And I think Ethan was justified in it. So Ethan went a little like I guess you'd say, man. I don't know if I'd call it mask off, but fine. You know what? He didn't even clip it. He didn't clip it out and put it. I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure he didn't make it a clip. He was just fed up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't blame him. What is this? It says Kleps. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that he didn't even clip it. It was just a moment that annoyed him, and then they moved on.
But then again, I don't really keep people around me I don't like and pretend to like them. So I don't know if I'd have this problem. Okay. Let's watch the podcast together. I
feel like the way people treat Boogie is like, okay, he used to be popular, and I don't want to hurt his feelings because he's very sensitive. But he just kind of went overboard, man. There's only so much you could put up with. Like, I don't think that Boogie is an inherently horrible person, but like the dude needs his fucking check in the gut. You know what I mean? Like he needs a little bit of a check. Like, hey, bro, like, come on, like, chill the fuck out. Like, come on, Jesus.
And let Ethan do his thing. What do you say?
Oh, he's crazy. I didn't know he was straight wishing on my death. By the way, you got to pull up that Boogie one too, because that Boogie one was. I'm sorry, but like I got home, you know, my phone died, so I wasn't able to be on my phone.
Yeah.
I got home, installed Twitter, did all that and this, and Boogie2988.
I empathize.
Now I have him muted, but when you have someone muted, when they at you and quote tweet you, it still shows up. So I had to unfollow him after this because I honestly just can't deal with seeing his tweets anymore. So if you're wondering why, look at this shit. He goes,
I agree.
He goes, apparently Ethan's in the hospital. I know.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I unfollowed Boogie as well before this whole thing happened. Because it was just a constant stream of like either like fucking disconnected fucking boomer takes about politics that felt like their framing was somewhat enlightened, or bitching about something. Like, bro, I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole, but like some of the shit that Boogie puts up on there, it's like, holy shit, bro. Like you need a fucking friend. You need a hard truth friend, okay? It's somebody like, bro, what are you doing? All right, I think I might do that. I talked to Boogie for a little bit, see what's going on. So we'll see what's going on rattling in his brain. You know what I mean?
A lot of people don't like this guy, but I really wish he'd take better care of himself. Dude he can't even he can't even wish someone well without sitting on the fence. He's like, I hope you live. He's like, you know, I know a lot of people don't like him, but I hope he lives. It's like, can you not sit on a fucking fence when wishing someone well at least? This is the first thing I see. I know a lot of people don't like this guy. Fuck you, dude. Dumbass.
It's very cute. Ethan doesn't realize he's polarizing. That he's now a polarizing figure, that he's not the figure that he projects himself to be. Kind of the
Here's the thing. I don't think that it's relevant whether he knows or he doesn't know that he's polarizing. I think that he knows. I think Ethan's self-aware. I think he's more intelligent than people give him credit for. I think he's just like a normal dude, like really trying to... I honestly think that Ethan is a normal guy that's trying to exist in the internet landscape. And I think that his real world, like actual person experience, because he grew up in the real fucking world, is it's poorly meshing with the audience that he kind of has, because he has a bit of a lefty audience, especially now with Hassan, and we know that like those people are fucking insane. Not leftists in general. I've talked to some very level-headed leftists, like Ryan Beard, I'd say, really intelligent young guy. I want to call him a young man. I don't want to be disparaging. I don't want him to think that, because I do respect him. He's a very honest guy. But most fucking lefties online are fucking ballistic. They're insane. They're psychopaths. You know, Ethan had like a chunk, not a huge chunk, but like a small chunk of his audience shitting on him over his Will Smith take. You know, and so like sometimes you try to be nice and it's like, oh, these are the people who follow me and I want to make them feel welcome. All right. I was like, okay, that's fair. But, you know, sometimes I think maybe he leans a little too much into it. I don't think he does it on purpose necessarily. I just wish, I guess my real wish is like he would challenge his perspective with somebody that's like not a lefty. Somebody that maybe not like a conservative. I mean, like who's up there that really would, like, who the fuck do you have? You have fucking, who's the bearded guy, the crazy, the quarter. I mean, like, what is he supposed to do? Talk to the fucking quarter, you know? I don't know who the fuck it would be. I don't think that there's like nobody commonsensical. And whether you guys like it or not, when it comes to like large viral content creators, like in Ethan's sphere, he's the most commonsensical person in his sphere. Isn't that? It's kind of crazy. And like I think that it's true. So like who's gonna ground him? I don't know if there's anybody to ground Ethan. That's fucking crazy.
Conscious of YouTube, he's an extremely polarizing figure that caters to the unfunny. Woke.
Oh, but my point, I fucking rambled so much. I'm an old man. My point was it doesn't really matter because this is a scenario where like that shouldn't matter. Like Ethan's in the hospital, right? So there's a few like if Ethan's in the hospital, like okay, it doesn't matter who does and doesn't like somebody. It doesn't need to be It doesn't need to be announced that, like, I know people don't like you, Ethan. Like, you don't have to safe place somebody being in the fucking hospital. You know what I mean? Imagine, like, personalize that. Imagine I went to the hospital because, like, a fucking, like, I don't know. Who don't I like? Everybody. I don't know. So imagine, like, the family member you don't really like was in the hospital, and you went there and you're like, I really don't like you, but I hope you're doing well. You know what I mean? It's like, it's passive aggressive. It feels passive aggressive. It's probably Boogie just trying to, like, pander to his audience, ironically, for all the shit that we give Ethan. But it's like, dude, he's in the hospital. How the fuck do you need to? I know people like it. It's like, dude, stop. And then I thought that the fucking health advice was honestly completely unasked for. So,
of our YouTube society, that's what he is. He traded it all in. That's it. That's why he can't even, like, make a fat joke without getting screamed at by his chat. He's a slave to his audience. It's funny. It's funny that he doesn't know that people don't like him. Plenty of people like Ethan. I'm not pretending like, but it's not what it was.
I think he knows that people don't like him.
Not what it was. So let's watch this.
Yeah.
Such a weirdo. Why bother even tweeting that?
I got to be honest with you. Apparently Ethan's in the hospital. I know a lot of people don't like this guy, but I really wish he would take better care of himself. That does sound a bit condescending.
Yeah, I agree.
If I didn't know Boogie, and I do, I probably would think, like, who's this guy?
Well, but you're saying if I didn't know Boogie, but Ethan knows Boogie. So are we saying that, like, Ethan should know who Boogie is and what he's trying to say and should, like, be, like, I don't know, interpret that in better faith? Because I just feel like I would just be exhausted. If somebody fucking said that shit to me, I'd be pissed.
Take it from someone who is bad at doing nothing. It leads to ruin and misery. And, like, I know Boogie well enough that because he's such a fence setter, Ethan's right. This is his way of showing he cares. But let me propose this to you. Is it really that crazy? How about this? Ethan never liked Boogie to begin with. He only liked him when he was useful and could be on the podcast.
Maybe. I don't know if that's true. I feel like I could counter that with, like, maybe Boogie's really fucking annoying. And I don't say that, like, bro, I know people like Boogie, like, people who fucking, they, like, literally will try to kind of manipulate you with their whatever the fuck they got going on. They have real life problems, and then they use those problems to manipulate you with them. Think Jada Pinkett Smith. I have alopecia. You know, she has a really problem, and then she, like, uses it to fucking make people feel bad for her. Not the best example, because Boogie probably has real problems compared to her. But it's just like, at what point? You know, you're gonna look like an asshole regardless at this situation, because Boogie he's constantly, like, hamming it up. What the fuck you want me to tell you? You know, maybe they just grew apart. You know, I don't know. Maybe part of it's because, like, fucking dude, Boogie tries to play like this middle ground, commonsensical fucking person, and it just feels performative as shit. It doesn't. It feels more like a fence sit than like somebody who's looking to be more commonsensical. Like, I feel like here we do our best to be as objective as possible. Of course, everybody is gonna, you know, be impacted by their biases, but that's what I do. But doing that doesn't mean that you appease everybody. What it means is that you try to stay consistent and, like, concise, and you're gonna piss people off sometimes on any side, because you're like, hey, this is what's right, and then, you know what, people are gonna be like, no, it's not, because they're pussies, and that's it. It doesn't matter which side. Like, it's a difference. I think it's a performance of trying to be like the reasonable, grounded guy, but he's just not.
Yes, shocking. Why'd you have him muted? Because you didn't like him to begin with. It's just he's
fucking annoying, bro. He fucking he probably kept following him so he didn't feel bad, but he muted him because the dude fucking posts, like, his posts are fucking ballistic to me. It's fucking insane.
For this purpose, and this particular tweet irritated Ethan.
I disagree with that. I disagree.
You know, he's got all those sycophants over there, probably terrified that he just might wake up in a bad mood and can them. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This is the mask off.
Who doesn't like me? Keemstar? You know?
You could start there. That's the obvious one.
Who doesn't like me, Boogie?
That was an epic tweet.
I was like, what is Twitter? Yeah.
This guy's kind of a piece of shit, but I don't think he should die.
Yeah, well, many people think he should die, but I think he should get well.
You know, here's the thing. If that were me, and I hated the guy and he did that, I'd probably tell the joke like this. If it were Boogie, and I was in a good mood, I would have probably done it with a lighter heart.
I'm just looking through Boogie's fucking Twitter. It's like, oh my God. He said that he's going to post an offensive tweet later. Here's the offensive tweet. It's okay not to have strong opinion have a strong opinion on things. In fact, it's okay to learn from all sides of a topic and use it to become a better, stronger, more intelligent person. In other words, being a fence sitter is fine. Bro, no, it's not. This is, bro, okay, so people, the fucking, oh, dude, I hate this shit. The fucking moderate, or what is it called? The centrist meme is that, like, centrists are just fucking fence sitters who will be like, yeah, I know racism is bad, but, or what the fuck? I think I used an example. It's like, yeah, we should allow illegal immigration, but I also understand why you hate Mexicans. Like, that's what fucking fence sitting is. That's some pussy shit. There are times where, like, shut up. Like, yeah, you don't have to be a fence sitter to learn from both sides and listen to the arguments. And that's like that's the coward centrist that people are always memeing about. It makes people that are, like, I'm more of like a moderate leftist. I guess you can call myself a centrist, but I'm not a centrist just on principle. It's just where I happen to lie based on the way that I feel. Like, you're supposed to still speak your mind about particular topics. It's so weird that he's getting so offended about being a fence sitter that, like, now he's trying to reprogram his audience and think that fence sitting is unacceptable. It's not. It's okay to shut the fuck up when you don't have anything intelligent to say and educate yourself on particular topics and then weigh your moral code against, like, the particular ideologies. But that's different from fence sitting. That's a different thing from fence sitting, bro. It's crazy. It's fucking nuts. Oh my god. Fucking crazy, bro.
Right. It's still pretty funny though. And the fact that it bugs him so much. I mean, he's Boogie, but never liked him to begin with because he's phony.
It's pretty incredible. People make fun of Boogie for being like a fence sitter, but
well, yeah.
This is pretty awesome. Many people wish he would die.
Look at this. Look at this. When I worked with literally anyone in the past, after we were done working, we hung out. 3 separate times I tried to get Ethan to go to dinner or do something, and he wasn't interested. He showed it was only professional. I mean, maybe. I just don't know if I believe you because you're not the most credible source. It sounds more like, you know, you would get done with like a thing and then like at other event. Bro, I wouldn't doubt if maybe I'm just wrong, but I wouldn't doubt that like Boogie was trying to hang out with him when he wasn't like fucking relevant anymore. And I'm not trying to be an asshole because like you should still maintain your friendships, but you became very fucking annoying. Probably annoying the whole time. You probably were this fucking annoying the entire time, even when you were on top, but you happen to be popular. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just like, I get like the vibe is, I'm not feeling the positive vibe from you, dude. I'm just not getting the positive vibe, you know? Like, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm also kind of disconnected too. Like, I made friends on like TikTok and shit, and I'm just not a very personable person. Like, I enjoy my friends. Like, I have like good people like I respect a lot on TikTok and shit. But I've never really hung out with them because I'm just like, I'm very to myself. I'm a lone wolf. You know, and maybe that's Ethan. Maybe I'm just being too charitable, but I feel like this situation's like up and down. It's a bunch of fucking grown men fighting. It's like the worst internet drama, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think he wrote that, Ethan. The tweet is condescending, but I really doubt it. I talked to the guy privately. It's not. He's not like that. I don't. At least the way he doesn't show.
Oh, here we go. This is a fucking treasure trove. Here we go. We got, okay, hopping off Twitter for a while, but I do want to talk about using my mental health as a deflection for excuses before I go. Let's see what we got.
So I'm going to try to get off Twitter for the day. But before I do, I want to say one last thing.
Okay.
Somebody said, Boogie, every time somebody criticizes you, you mention your mental health, you mention your upbringing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I do that because I'm trying to get people to understand how I make the decisions I make and why I make the decisions I make. But it's never an excuse. Again, you know, I fired a weapon, allegedly. I have to say that. My lawyer says I have to say that. But I fired a weapon, allegedly, and I had to pay the consequences. Right? The judge didn't give a fuck about my history, right? That's the reason I did it. It's never the excuse. And somebody said, well, you're trying to deflect criticism. What's Ethan's...
That's like a really intense situation you're referencing. I just feel like, yeah, you sometimes do seem to do that a little bit. It's a little bit of a people. Like, everybody has their shit. I understand. People have some of their shit going in their life. And it can be a reason for things, but there's a fine line between reason and excuse within context. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like every time he's in criticism, I don't know. He just he plays the victim in some capacity, brother. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Supposed to do? Is he not allowed to criticize you? Of course he is, right? The man could
you had an actual disproportionate response in your fucking apology video. It was insane.
DM'd me. He could have called me. He could have yelled at me. I would have rather.
Why? Why does he have to extend that? Why does he have to be so fucking charitable to you? It's like he just didn't want to be publicly humiliated by Ethan. Well, you know, regulate yourself, bro.
He slapped me like I was Chris Rock and he was Will Smith. I would for him to discuss it in front of his 1 million+ fans, knowing that pissing off 1 million people would be difficult for
Let me tell you something right now. If Ethan called me out on something, it would literally revitalize me. You know, like not revitalize because I'm not really off right now. I mean, I'm hopefully in our growth phase. But like if Ethan criticized me, I could shoot back and I could defend whatever stance it was, and people would be like, "Oh wow," and then I would get more traction. Like the reason I feel like you're not getting that same shit, bro, is because there's fucking nothing there. Like, there's no unreasonable criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just like fed up with you, bro, and you can't fucking cope. You're going on a fucking, you made a video about it, you're on a fucking bender. Then why didn't Boogie just privately, well, exactly. Why didn't you just message him and say, hope you're doing okay? You wanted to make a goddamn fucking performance out of it. Like, you can't play the game and then cry when someone plays back.
For me.
You should just DM and say, hey, bro, I hope you're doing well. That's all you gotta say.
Right? That's what he should have done. Anything else. Fucking anything else.
You're
so
insane,
if you
bro.
have somebody in your life that has an anxiety disorder, mental health issues, try not to discuss it through other people. Try to discuss it directly with them.
You fucking talked about it online. Shut the fuck up, Boogie. That's what I'm talking about. You said some dumb shit publicly. Ethan was tired of your shit, and he fucking cut you off. Okay, and then you're like, he should have talked to me privately. By the way, if you have anybody with fucking mental disorders, you should make sure you do it privately. Yeah, Boogie, I do most of my fucking things privately. Like, that's what the fucking thing is. Most people just do everything. If you could have wished him well in private, you did it in public because you wanted some attention from it, but you had a fucking fence it on it. You made a fucking coward play. I don't know what to tell you. I don't really care too much about the context because you did some fucking cowardly shit and he get bored of you. He's tired of your shit. Now, maybe he never liked you. I don't really know, but I feel like based on my experience with you, you're kind of annoying. And everything's a fucking mental health issue, dude. You know how fucking frustrating, you know how many, there are people, bro, who've dealt with people that are fucking constantly weaponizing their afflictions. And like the second they do something wrong, it's like, oh, but I have this. Bro, it's annoying because you never win. Because you're in a fucking scenario where you're trying to do the right thing all the time. And then somebody does some dumb shit that really fucks with you and they know better. And then they're like, but I have a mental health problem. It's like, fuck you, bro. Like how many times do people have to extend you the fucking help? You should feel the way that you talk about your own mental issues should make you feel embarrassed. Like just you don't have to be a walking like your entire mental condition defines who you are as a person. That's what you've decided. You've decided that every single time something happens that you're just going to blame it on your fucking mental this and mental. You have no control over your own life because you don't want to have any fucking control over your own life at this point. Like, yeah, you have some shit that's fucking with you and that sucks and you could deal with it and you should try to develop a strong support system. But dude, you can't weaponize it every fucking 2 seconds. It's annoying. It bothers people so much. It fucking bothers people. Most people that have like fucking mental health challenges do not do this. They don't do this. They don't fucking do every single time something goes on. They don't do this. Okay? You got to stop doing this. You're not a fucking baby. Okay? You're a fucking grown man. Stop, knock it off. It's you should feel embarrassed about this shit. I'm not trying to make you fucking upset, but dude, like, wake up. Like, no one's going to respect you. You're not going to, like, nobody, like, this is the whole thing. It's like, bro, like, he's, like, I feel like this dude is, like, desperate for some fucking attention, and he thinks he's going to get it by doing this. You want to know how people give you attention? You could be a consistent content creator if you become somebody people fucking respect. That's it. Yeah, no, well, that's the thing. Somebody said, I don't think that Boogie's initial tweet was that deep, nor do I think Ethan's reaction was uncalled for. They both seem generally normal human. Yeah, that's the thing. So, his tweet was like shitty. That's all I'm saying. This is the problem. Is that Boogie's tweet was like it was condescending. It was like fence sitting. It was some like stupid shit. Ethan had a proportionate response. Boogie made like a fucking half-an-hour video apologizing to him, basically like fucking trying to be like manipulative about it. Boogie's next response was fucking disproportionate. He even referenced Ethan as being like a bad father, like some over the line shit. Then he's like, "I'll never talk about you again." And then he will shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jesus Christ.
And try to do it with empathy and sympathy and love. And it'll give you your best chance of success.
Who cares?
It won't always be successful.
No, it's not Ethan's responsibility to fucking, like, may help you recover, bro. I just want you to know, just because you have a fucking mental issue doesn't mean that's other people's responsibility. That'll save you a lot of heartache in the future. If you date somebody with a mental issue and like they don't want to try to have control over it, don't fucking bother, because some people have some fucking problems and they don't. And even if you give them as many available resources to get through your shit, even if you give them as many available resources to help them succeed, they won't take it, because there are people who just want to be fucking victims. Okay, there are people who I think are happy that they have the fucking oppression that they have, because then they get to weaponize it and make you feel like a fucking asshole every second of the day. Okay? I've been in scenarios like that, bro, where I've devoted my entire being to somebody and they just never appreciated it. They never wanted to use it to help themselves feel better. They just wanted to milk the fuck out of you. Okay? I'm getting those vibes. These are the vibes I'm getting. So, you know?
We can put up some really thick walls to protect ourselves.
Who cares? Okay.
But it gives you your best chance.
Wow, incredible, Boogie. Well, I don't care.
Show me that. But how would you know? Because you probably paid no attention to him when after he was off your podcast. After it wasn't good for H3 podcast, you just kind of drifted away, which is fine. It happens to everybody. But it doesn't bode well for the social conscience of YouTube.
But I am kind of curious about the amount of likes Keemstar got.
Okay, that's why I don't pay attention to Ethan anymore. Let's go on and flip to this. I deleted the video, but I stand by the message.
He deleted his video? Wow, Boogie, you got fucking embarrassed. Boogie, you got fucking nay-nayed. Let's see. Oh, look, he has another video called Fence Sitting. Oh, no, he didn't delete the video. It's right here. Oh, it's only 8 minutes. Why did I think it was a half an hour? I don't know. What video are they referencing then? Probably because I talked so much and I made it into a half an hour.
I'm non-confrontational and a people please, I guess he meant pleaser, because of growing up abused child. We do hear that a lot. I've worked in this my whole life and made great strides to be able to stand up for a few things. But if you dislike this about me, let's see, do you write anything else? Please consider having some empathy. I'm doing my best and trying really hard here. It really wasn't that, like, I think at worst, it was like a bad choice of words. And if I knew Boogie, he wanted to say something nice about Ethan, but Ethan is actually a polarizing person, and he would have got a bunch of hate. And he's just, he does this thing. I've talked to him about it. He does this thing where he's just like, everything's like, I'm gonna form this tweet perfectly so not one person says one bad thing.
Yeah, that's a problem when we're talking about somebody in the hospital.
So when you think like that, then you get really bad tweets like, I know people don't like this guy, but I hope he feels better. That's what you got for being a fence sitter. What did he say here? Hold on.
More like a fence shitter.
In that previous video, but
oh, I watched this already.
Let me try it again.
Oh, no, I didn't.
In a better way, without all.
What video is he talking about?
All the anger. Okay. A lot of people don't like the fact that I'm a fence sitter. A lot of people don't like the fact that I'm a people pleaser and I'm non-committal. And through therapy, I've learned about myself that this comes from growing up in an abusive childhood.
All right.
Even you're tired of it, bro.
That part. Let's stick to do this. Let's stick to the regular stuff here. Well, he talked to my good friend Diva. Hey Diva, how you doing, sweetie? Wait, what did I miss? You okay? Ethan popped off on today's podcast and unfollowed me because he called me a fence sitter. Well, there's a little more to it than that. F him, Boogie.
Good.
Seriously. Well, Diva doesn't like him.
Good.
Because she's one of the people that don't like you. It's just her and Keemstar. That get well messages would upset him. He didn't like the fact that I acknowledged that many people dislike him in the message. I'm sure he's an egomaniac. He should have known that.
Okay.
And instead of taking me as trying to get those people on his side, he took it the other way, I think.
I think we're going to watch this.
Let's be honest, Boogie, it's probably more about you. You just wanted, you wanted to say something nice about Ethan. You wanted to get his attention. Maybe reconnect with him.
I don't know, man. The way he did it was just fucking spineless. I mean, maybe that's my problem is I don't really like spineless people. I don't really like people that I perceive as weak. But it's kind of like that, dude. Like, he could have just been like, hey, bro, you're in the hospital. Hope you do better. You didn't do that, bro. I mean, it's such a basic thing. I would feel disrespected too, bro. I'd be like, fuck this guy.
But because you're a fence sitter and you don't take a stand, this is stuff that happens.
I think Boogie2988, DSP, and Wings of Redemption would be a great podcast one time, and then it would probably be sad because it would just be a bunch of guys complaining about their fucking mental health problems.
People see it as a sign of weakness, and there are sick people out there that want to abuse people that are weak.
Is that what he said?
But I really don't think it was.
Is that what this motherfucker said? This stupid ass shit that this guy said? Or somebody else said that, I think.
Derogatory. I don't know. I really don't.
Let me see. I'm going to read more through these fucking...
Here's why I don't. This is the video. It says everything in the first minute. Take it away, Boogie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live into the power of the internet. And today I pissed off somebody who I used to consider a friend. And based on the fact that I haven't talked to him in 2 years and that he just...
Bingo. He's never your friend. Not for a second. Not for a minute. You're a YouTube collab.
I mean, maybe, but...
Das ist alles, mein Freund. That's it. That's it. And it's very difficult for people to really understand you really don't have too many friends. I'm fortunate. I have a few YouTube friends. Most people that do YouTube professionally, I don't talk to them every day. I don't like the people I talk to every day are mostly a part of the project. And,
well, but that's kind of like another aspect to this too. This idea of like, what is a friend? And I feel like our general concept of like what a friend is somebody that like you hang out with and like you're cool with and yada yada yada. The idea of like an internet friend is not the same thing. If you meet somebody in an internet landscape, like getting together is more like a collaboration a lot of times. Like I would consider it more as like a friendly work acquaintance, like somebody that's cool in like a work setting. I mean, the internet's very different. It's not something that we can really ground, like the way, like it's not easy to communicate like the way it's one of those things where we talk about this as like friends, and then the implied meaning of what a friend is what a friend is to you in public, where you go and you hang out and like, oh hey guys, we're gonna go make out, you know, all that gay shit, right? You guys are friends. You guys are friends, and that's not really what it is online, bro. Like, hey, I'm like a friend with somebody online. Maybe I chat with them in the DMs every once in a while. And that's it. Like, it's not that deep. Like this idea, I feel like we're like really heavily loading the concept of what a friend is. I don't think it's intentional, but I think it's just like easier to communicate. Like, it's just like a lack of understanding of what it means to be someone's friend online. Like you chat with them here and there. Maybe you talk to them, this and that. That's pretty much it. Now, if your argument is that like Ethan should put Boogie on the platform in some capacity, like maybe, I don't know if I agree with that, but it's just not the same. I mean, it's not the same as being like best friends. Like to an extent, both of you guys were in the same sphere. You guys were both popular. Let's collab. That'll be cool. It'll be good for both of you guys. You know, Boogie just didn't really do a good job maintaining his audience. And that's fine, bro. I don't think the guy's over forever. I think he could have a nice career being fat online, just like Papa got. But you understand my point, you know? Like, what the fuck is a friend, bro? Shit.
I kind of consider friends, but you do got to be a little bit careful. That and everybody's much younger than me, and what do they want to talk to the old man for? You know, unless they're going to jail or something, they want to know what it's like. I'll help them. That's it. That's all I had to hear, but I'll hear more.
Follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, bro, think about your internet friends where you play games with. What do? You play games with them. That's your thing. Hey, this is my Call of Duty friend. I play Call of Duty with him. Hey, this is my fucking, I hope I get sued. Thanks, bro. This is my YouTube friend. I do YouTube shit with him. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not like, hey, this is my genuine friend. Like, I don't think that they were ever genuine friends. They were like fucking work buddies. They were YouTube friends. Like they were cool with each other. I get that. But like, it doesn't mean that there's this like deep, genuine connection where like Ethan is fucking responsible for your meltdowns, your daily meltdowns on fucking Twitter.
Followed me on Twitter. I guess we're no longer on friendly terms.
No, you never were.
He even talked about it on his podcast today. So let's
like listen. This Tommy C guy seems pretty reasonable. I do think that his lens of Ethan is like a little bit bad faith, personally.
Let's get into that.
Are we friends? Sure.
I already got into it. I'm way ahead of you.
Sure. We could be friends.
I got my. I never considered Ethan a friend, but
he seems like one of those guys you want to love, but it makes it really hard to love. Yeah, bro. I feel that though.
Thought he was I think I saw him before everything went down, so I really knew what he was. I saw him as a colleague, I suppose. And I remember when his first son was born, I got both my kids.
Oh my god, Luke AFK. Do you like fucking fanboy porn? Oh my god.
Together, and we congratulated him via DM. It was the first time releasing this.
It's not bad though. Sometimes.
Send one to Hilla, so they both followed me, and one to Ethan. Never heard a thing. And I was wondering kind of over the years, like, it's made me think. I figured they'd just say,
all right, let's see what's going on with this Boogie video. I'm curious. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down in the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.